Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today's lesson is on long division. So let's first start off by seeing when would we use long division, right? So if I have a number 1425, say divided by 25, I will use long division when it's a double digit, okay? Now in order for me to do long division, I would need a toolbox, right? Just like a plumber or a tiler or any person busy with something important when they're building, they would need a toolbox. Well, for long division, we need a toolbox. So our first toolbox is daddy, mommy, sister, brother. Now this acronym you can use to help you understand what is the different steps. And then the next thing you need is your multiples or your timetables. So the multiples that you will always be looking at is the number on the outside. So 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175. We write about 5 to 6 multiples, and if it's required, then we continue with the multiples. The big number goes in the house or under the roof. Okay, so let's begin. Now, 25, can it divide into 1, right? So the example I'd like to use is if I am 25 years old, can I fit into a 1-year-old t-shirt? I can't. So that's when we put a dot on the first number. Once we put a dot on the first number, we join with the next number. So we go to 14 now. So if I'm 25 years old, can I fit into a t-shirt of a 14-year-old? I can't. So I put a dot on that as well. Okay. Now, alignment is very important. So we go to the next number. And my number is now 142, right? So can 25 go into 142? So definitely it can go because obviously it is bigger. Now I look for the closest multiple, right? 25, 50, 75, 100. 100 is too far from 142. 125, right? Looks like a multiple that can work. 150 also can't work because it is too far from 142. So the correct multiple here will be 125. How many times? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Now, when I said alignment is very important, you'll notice my 1, on top of my 1, the dot goes. On top of the 4, the dot goes. 25, we're going to 142, 5 times. I put it directly on top of the 2. I have now divided. I tick it off. What is next? I multiply. 25 times 5. So 25 times 5, I go back to my toolbox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 125. I write it down. So I've multiplied. I take it off. What's next? Subtract. I put my subtraction sign, my line, and I subtract. Can 2 minus 5? No, so I borrow from the neighbor. That becomes a 3. This becomes a 12. 12 minus 5 is 7. 3 minus 2, 1. 1 minus 1, dot. Okay, I don't put a 0 so that I don't confuse myself. I've subtracted, I put a tick. Now, am I done with all the numbers? I'm done with the 1, I'm done with the 4, I'm done with the 2. But there's a 5. So what do I do with that 5? I bring it down. Right, that's when I tick off the B. I bring it down. When I bring it down, I'm creating a bigger number. So now I create the number 175. I go to my multiples and I see, okay, do I have 175 in my multiples? Yes, I do. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 25, we're going to 175 7 times. So I divide it. Next, multiply. So 25 times 7 is 175. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I write it down. Next is to subtract. Put the subtraction sign, my line, and I subtract. 5 minus 5, 0. 7 minus 7, 0. 1 minus 1, 0. Done. Is there anything to bring down? No. Why? Because I have used up all my numbers. On top of every number, I have something, and that tells me I'm done with this division sum. Thank you.